Hey guys, we are back. This is the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox, and what a game, what a series there from Optic Gaming.
That was nuts. I mean, that's the best I've seen Optic come through and play in a long time. I mean, they showed up in a big way right when they needed to. Right when you think that they are down and out, they just come roaring back, and that's awesome for the Optic fans.
After seeing that Epsilon series, I was like, no way that Optic's just going to come out hot against TK. TK's got to be feeling confident here. But everyone stepped up in this one, and I think it's a big surprise, man. TK Envy, I hear they're meeting up in losers round 1 already.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous. I mean, it's obviously the most stacked part of the bracket here. I mean, you can't really make an argument for any other side of the bracket. When you have SB, the #1 seed, coming out, TK, you know, they're top, number 3 seed?
Yeah, number 3.
Then you have Envy, the number 5 seed out of the U.S. So, and Optic as well. I'm not sure what seed they got, 7th. So, I mean, that's pretty ridiculously stacked lineup right there.
It's crazy.
Ruthless.
This is one of the most stacked brackets I've ever seen in any competitive FPS title, and it has been so fun to watch this tournament up to this point. But with that said, Hastro, we have another match coming up next on the main stage. It's between Complexity and TCM. Let's bring out our first squad, Complexity.
I'm just as excited. That's what I was about to say. I'm just so excited for this matchup because this is massive. Do you know what this is right here? This is the #1 seed coming out of Europe, the European champion.
Do you see that red hair?
They did it.
Eggs and Crimsix had a little retweet battle with the fans. If they got enough retweets, they would get their hair red for the day. Red Mohawk out for Crim6, but on the other side of the stage, it's some more boys in blue. Not Envy, but TCM. They fell to Xfinity last night, but made it through their group play, and these guys are out for blood this morning. We see a nice little ghost slide there. Gunshi, Marky B, Moose, and Mad Cat.
And I think Mad Cat might have tripped there, but we didn't catch it on camera. And I think
that's
he's
a ghost slide.
He slid? Did he just slide? He ghost slid. That's what he did. That's what he did, Puckett.
He stole some Drake sunglasses. That, you know.
He couldn't see,
Couldn't really see too good.
It's dark in here.
You know, the stumbles are out of the way for TCM. Now they got to bring their A game because Complexity going to be bringing it to them right off the bat in domination.
Yeah, and let's continue what I was saying. This is the #1 seed coming out of Europe, the European champion, TCM, right? And then you have Complexity, #2 seed coming out of the U.S., but let's be honest here. They're the top team coming out of North America just based on the fact that they've been so dominant this year in Call of Duty competition. So you basically have what we could call the matchup of the best in Europe versus the best in the U.S. Epsilon is going to want to say, hey, we just 3-0'd Optic, and we're making a run here. We might be the best in Europe at the moment. But based off of what we've seen coming into this tournament, before this tournament happened, these might be the Europeans' top and the U.S. top team. So
this could be a preview of the grand finals as well. I just want to get that out there.
True.
This is upper bracket round #1. The loser will go down to the lower bracket and could fight all the way back to a championship. These two juggernaut squads about to go to battle here on the Xbox main stage. Hastro, I know my Twitter feed's been blowing up. Everyone is excited about this one. What do you think about our first game? It's going to be domination. Our map is Octane. Who's got the advantage here?
Oh, man. I got to give it to Cole, man, on this domination. Yeah, although TCM plays a great control domination game, I feel like Complexity has their team coordination just so much better and prepared coming into this. Just the way that they've been able to practice it at actual tournaments in the past, and I feel like they can just break setups very, very well, and TCM relies on setup.
Well, we saw how strong Mad Cat was in slaying on Octane last night in that matchup against Xfinity. The other guys were a little bit more quiet. I'm looking for a big series from Gunshi again.
Well, let me actually throw this out there as well. TCM was practicing with Envy at the Envy House for the their little LAN that they had to practice for this event. TCM actually went up against Complexity online, and TCM thrashed Complexity in the maps that they played against them online. So this should be an interesting matchup based just on that alone. You know, the fact that they were able to scrimmage online for the first time on a good, solid connection because TCM was over here across the pond inside the United States, and looked all TCM to me. So this should be interesting, but I'm still going to go with my gut feeling and take Cole to take this first map.
Well, taking a look at this bracket, you can see that TCM Complexity match is the second from the bottom. Winner moves on to face Xfinity or Wild Gaming. So if TCM wins this and Xfinity wins their matchup, that would be a rematch from last night, and I know TCM would love some revenge there. Otherwise, Complexity gonna play either Wild or Xfinity. At the top, Immunity and FaZe are currently going on the Charlie station, and Vitality Rises is playing Epsilon Esports, the other big name team coming out of the UK.
That's another
over there on
huge
Bravo.
match. That's another huge matchup. You know, you have Vitality Rises, maybe France's best hope here at the tournament right now to go and win this championship. And then you also have Epsilon coming out of the UK, looking like the stronger UK team coming out right now out of Europe. So huge matchup right there as well. That's one that I would love to cast. I'm not sure who's casting it, but
if you guys don't have 4 windows open to watch all of these broadcasts, you're watching Call of Duty wrong. Well, it looks like the players are getting their classes ready. You did see on there TK and Envy will be playing after this series. So pretty interesting stuff there already in the lower
bracket. That's a knockout match. Whoever loses that one's gone. So, you know, that's a rough one. You know,
they finished top 12, right? Or top 13?
That's a 12 through 16 match, I think. Actually.
Yeah. So wow,
that's a big game.
That's a shocker to everyone's bracket, I think. So.
Yeah, but I mean that's what tournament play is all about. You know, the teams that you have teams that come in as a very hot top team, and they're upset. So it happens.
Oh man, that Immunity win yesterday.
Haunting Envy right now.
Haunting Envy. They have their work cut out for them, but they're not out yet. Still have a shot against TK in that lower bracket. But right here, you have our second series in the upper bracket, round number 1, Complexity TCM. Gotta see, does the red hair help Aches and Crim 6?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a feeling the dye might go to their brains here, so let's see if that's a...
TCM would love that.
Yeah, TCM would love that, you know, because they still look pretty normal to me in terms of their hair color.
Well, Hastro, you had these guys at the Envy House for, you know, a strong week there. In domination, was there any key player from this TCM lineup?
I mean, Madcat's typically just the slayer on that team, and I love watching him. And I think last night when we were spectating their match, you know, I was all about watching Madcat. But at the same time, the rest of their team can certainly light it up. I think Gunchi is another player who can put up a big score in domination, so he might be a player that we need to look out for.
Gunchi always can bring it, especially when something super meaningful is on the line. Mm-hmm. He knows $1 million prize pool is waiting for him at the end of Sunday. How far and how much of that money can he gather? GameStop champion, right?
Yeah, he is. He also finished, I believe, second at Call of Duty XP. So he was in another $1 million tournament where he was right on the main stage in the finals. So
man's a veteran.
Yeah, so he's coming in with some experience. He's been playing for a long time, Gunchi. So let's see how he does.
All right. Well, it looks like our game is set up. The players are joining up in the lobby once again. We are going to Octane, the gas station out there in Las Vegas. We'll see who can go big, my friend. All about getting in the power positions on this map.
And that's why I say, like, you know, Mad Cat can light this up right here. I mean, to be quite honest, I think Gunchi's going to be kind of the cutoff man, the guy that's watching the crosses for against Complexity, and then Mad Cat's just going to be more of the aggressive. Let's see if I can slay him out.
He's going to be up in your face. Now, on Complexity, who plays the same role as Mad Cat?
You know, I think, you know, it's tough to actually call this, but I would say Karma would probably do it. So, I don't know. Karma kind of tends to move around a lot, too. So I'm not exactly sure who we're going to see. Maybe it would be more of like an Aches. It's tough to tell because Complexity is very much a team-oriented squad. They like to move together as a team.
It's not a role.
Yeah,
it's
as opposed to
position in the moment.
Exactly. They do a lot of rotation. So here we go. We're going to put up a little poll for you guys. Who will win this series? Make sure to use the hashtags there. You have hashtag Complexity, hashtag TCM Gaming. If you think Complexity is going to win, use that Complexity hashtag. If you think TCM is going to win this series, use that TCM hashtag. Make sure to tweet that at Call of Duty. Use the hashtag CoD Champs.
As you guys know by now, of course, Domination will have 2 5-minute rounds. We'll add up the score between those. The team with the highest sum will take game number 1. Off the break, it looks like we're going to see Complexity with that early B contention. No one going for the B flag to lock it down quite yet. Crim6 just baiting it out here.
Yeah, and Crimsix is making a smart play. Let's watch Crimsix for a little bit. I don't know how much airtime he's had yet, but look at this. Picking up a big two-piece. He knows that player's coming off spawn. Great veteran play out of Crimsix right there. Just such good anticipation. Now TP last alive. Here comes TCM. Go for that B flag, and TP hold them off. Great job by TP. Dip it and dive in to make sure he doesn't get taken out. But now we're going to switch to TCM. Gunchi on the flag, trying to pick that one up. He goes down. So a lot of big gun battles early on in this one, Puckett.
Early shots going down. Hard to keep up with the action as everyone's dying in the middle of the map. Moose trying to patrol this 18-wheeler. Won't get very far. Marky B's turn to shine. Let's see what the Scotsman can do with the MTAR. Gets a big kill on B. One more, though, and he's going to get the two-piece. This may allow them to get B 3 down, make it 4 down for Complexity. B will definitely be secured here.
And here we go. The TC Empire going for some big wins. Picking up that B flag. We're going to switch on board with Gunchi right here. He's 4-2 at the moment. And TCM with that 2 flag capture control. And now we're going to switch over to Madcat. Madcat 6-3. He's actually pushed up on the Complexity spawn a little bit here. He's going to go top broken.
This is one of the closest polls I've seen, Hastro. It looks like TCM and Complexity battling for the fans' support. Complexity in the lead right now. Keep your votes coming in. Hashtag CoDchamps, hashtag Complexity, or hashtag TCM. Who do you think will win this series?
And now Complexity picking up 2 flags over TCM. TCM actually on the flag now as well. That's going to be Marky B trying to get the cap here, but he's going to have Complexity all over him. Madcat last alive here for TCM. He goes down as well, and the lead is going to switch back into Complexity's favor. So here we go. Complexity with that 2 flag advantage now. Aches on top of Pawn Shop. He's going to drop down here to front gas. And let's see what he can do. TCM still threatening for this flag. This game is insane right now, Puckett. I've never seen a more fast-paced match in the Call of Duty Championship so far. And it's just nuts to watch both these teams go head-to-head.
Just 2:40 off the clock, just a 6-point differential. Complexity with the early lead, but look for TCM to come battling back. Right now, the reason they have that lead is Complexity was able to get the 2 cap and the neutralization over at A. 2 players there from TCM will get it back, and now they're going to be pushing for B, but Karma shutting down all of that aggression.
Oh, and Karma going for the 3-piece right here. He has to reload. Didn't manage to get that before he took those shots, and now you see another one going down. Now Marky B pushing up here to the B flag side, and I don't know, Marky B's really having the best of games right now. He's 9-11. He's been pushing these flags a lot. I've seen Marky B doing a lot of work on those flags, and there you see him get shut down again. So another just bad effort on that B flag by Marky B, and that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, he started off pretty well, had a nice 2-piece in the middle, but still no control. TCM, they are trailing by 20 at this point. I'd love to go to a listen in and see what their communication is like. Are they panicking, or are they still calling out strong?
Don't be dog. Going out. Respond here. Let's go B. Let's go. Push it, boys. Go, slide, man, let's go. Go B now, guys. Let's go, boys. They're gonna be around our spawn site, so anyone's gonna be by B. Let's spin out on the map, make the kills, boys. Spin the kills. One, should be. Broken up B's. It's 8 broken up B's. Push, spawn truck. Boston broken up B's.
Oh man, 18.
Let's go, spawn truck.
Gas tag.
Go push out this left.
Far right, got shots. He's far right.
Beat up.
Don't see.
Let's bring us back, boys.
Man, I just got a spawn kill, man.
Dead. Back kill T.
Beat that bus.
29-point differential in this game, down to the last 20 seconds here in the first round. We will go another 5 minutes, but it's all Complexity here in our first 5. Aches, 12-7, 2 caps, 12-10 for TP, and Aches looking for more in the final seconds as the clock ticks down.
Yeah, Aches going big this game for Complexity. You know, after the first few battles in that game, first couple minutes, it was pretty even. We saw it about 31-31 on the scoreboard, 31-30 at one point. And then Complexity just took over, going big. Aches a big part of that, going 13-7 with a couple caps on this map, and they are going to have a pretty substantial lead. And there you see Karma on your screen giving a little love to the camera.
Man, 36-point differential there, Hastro.
Yeah,
Complexity,
that's pretty sizable.
That 2 cap and the neutralization of A was really that game changer. TP with the overextend working with Karma, who shut down the middle. It was just, as you said, they work as a team. They fill in those positions. They knew exactly what they wanted to do to TCM on Octane.
Oh, absolutely. And then there you see TCM on your screen once more. And now they're going to have to actually pick things up a lot if they want to have any chance of taking down Complexity on this map number 1. It is Octane domination. And TCM started off, like I said, playing it pretty even. But now, not only do they have to play it even, they have to go the extra mile just like Complexity did at some point during the second half and go big and maybe get a 3-cap, you know, or get 2 flags with a neutralization and try to maintain that for quite some time, Puckett. So let's see if TCM can actually make that happen.
Look at the intensity difference here. You see TCM, Moose is kind of talking calmly. Over here, Aix is giving people fist bumps, all smiles in that Cole booth. These guys are not going to slow down in this second half. The only way to get in their heads, I think you need to win this opening battle 3 down or 4 down right off the break for TCM. I want to see who's bringing it in hot. Can we go to Moose at the start? He's getting up there with the MTAR. I want to see, does he win his one-on-one battle versus TP in the middle?
Yeah, and the thing about this TCM squad is they don't have a ton of hype because they miss that with some of the quieter players like a Moose. He's such a quiet guy, but you know, sometimes it can be a blessing in disguise. They're a little more focused and they don't get out of games so much and don't get so much adrenaline going. So let's see if a player like Moose can actually make that happen. I'm totally down to spectate him.
So here we go. Moose off the start. Looks like he has double tack, no frag grenades. So he's going to try and go for some quick stuns. And we're going to get this one started in 3, 2, 1. Keep your tweets coming. Hashtag CoD Champs all day long. Get this one trending worldwide once again off the break. Moose and TCM leading the charge. They know Complexity wants to go left. No hit markers for Moose. Complexity already hitting him with some stuns.
Yeah, now you see Moose does spot a player right there climbing up to top pond, and he's just going to go ahead and ditch that. Says, you know what, I'm going to get in a better position right here because I gave myself away. And there he goes. He gets taken down. Now we're going to be on board with Marky B, who's got a 1-kill advantage here. He's 1-0 already, but still, this is that fight for control early on that we saw between both of these teams in the last side. And right now, TCM has to play with a little more urgency than Complexity.
Complexity just knows where you're coming from, it seems, and they're winning every gun battle. Aix taking down Gunshi there. You see Karma and Crim6 opening up 2-0, 4-0. Let's go back over to Crim. I wanted to show the comeback story from TCM, but I don't see it happening until they can stop Crimbot.
Yeah, absolutely not. When Crim gets going the way he's been playing already in this match, it's bad news. It's just completely bad news. If he's playing like a champion, then that's what he's going to be here at the Call of Duty Championship. He's going to be the champion. He just plays in that consistent mode where he's always slaying, always picking up the objectives when he needs to, always directing his team and pushing them out into the other team's spawn.
Crim6 is free-firing. Didn't work out there. Our production team wants to know, is the red hair a factor? Use your hashtag CoDChamps, yes or no. Get your votes in now as, man, the red hair. They lived up to it, man. They said to the world, if we get enough retweets on this, we'll dye it. Here they are, loud and proud. Karma, 5-2, totally locking down this right side of the map with the Remington.
Yeah, Crim6, his shot is on point right now, but you know what? This man has an equally good shot, if not better.
Oh, yeah.
It's Karma, and he is on your screen right now.
He's pogoing for these kills.
Yeah, and he's just, he doesn't even have to move right now. Even though TCM knows exactly where he is, Karma trusts his teammates enough to just keep him alive there. Look at this. He's not even moving. TCM knows exactly where Karma is right now. They're trying to get him out, and look at that. They finally managed to do it, but it takes a coordinated effort just to get Karma out of that side of the map. They can't even go for the B flag right now.
Complexity's waiting to get 3 down before they try and make a move for B, so TCM actually in a decent position. They have A or B and C control, now pushing in on A. Karma knows he has to play some defense. We're gonna switch over to Gunshi, who's gonna get located top pawn, and this could be huge for stopping anyone trying to move out of the motel.
Yeah, I mean, when TCM picked up that B flag, you know, it just slipped in there for me, but you see Complexity now on that flag, and it's so hard to control that against that team, against this Complexity team, but TCM actually doing a pretty good job. They've got it neutralized now, and TCM does have a 3-point lead here in the second half, but that's not enough. They have a 38-point deficit Puckett. You really have to start making moves to pick up two flags or 3 flags right now at this point.
We'll see what they can do coming into this final 2 minutes. A 3-cap looking like it's going to be required. If not the 2+ neutralization, they cannot allow Cole to get that center B. Aix, he's trying to take off this TCM member. 2 more TCM members fighting inside. The knife going down. And it looks like that was Marky B winning the one-on-one versus TP, and now they finally have control. Last 90 seconds, only a 2-point advantage, so 34-point deficit overall. TCM needs to go huge right now.
Oh, Gunshi actually got the neutralize on the back flag. Now Complexity is in control of that. Here we go. Moose having to pick up a huge kill right there. There's another player for Cole, and he can't make it happen. Cole does get control there. A minute and 15 seconds left to go. TCM has to push for the 3-cap here, Puckett, and Complexity knows it. You see them just kind of defending the hotel there in their spawn, but there's one more TCM player back there. I'm not sure who that just was.
No, he goes down. Moose is pushing in. And Moose is shut down just like that. 2 Cole members getting A back in return. They know they don't really need B at this point, or do they? Coming down to the final 50 seconds.
Yeah, they don't really need it per se, but TCM definitely has the 3-cap right now.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you see that Complexity is on their home flag. And
Complexity got C. This one is almost over. Big play here from TP. Stopping some points, or at least trying to. 72-58, coming down the last 30.
That's going to probably do it right there, as Complexity does have 2 flags now. And, you know, TCM made a really valiant effort right there trying to come back in this game. But in the end, Complexity was just too strong. They built up too much of a lead in that first half. And that's just too much for TCM to come back from at this point. So Complexity is going to take map number 1 here in our upper bracket, first round in this double elimination bracket. That is huge for Complexity.
I mean, TB didn't have the biggest kills, but he played some nice objective. Didn't get all the captures, but he got some neutralizations at the end. And there you see Eggs getting the team pumped up on one side, Krim with the hand slaps on the other. The red hair seems to be paying off so far, as they are now 2 games away from taking this series. Off to a hot start. Next game is Search and Destroy from what you saw last night from TCM. Can they hang with Cole when it comes to SND?
Yeah, I think TCM can certainly do that. Yeah, I mean, I think if there's any weak point at all, I mean, Complexity really doesn't have any weak points per se, but if they have any cracks in their game, it's probably their S&D game.
That's the first time I saw Mad Cat go negative. He went 9-11. So he's going to need to balance out Krim 6 on the other side, who went 16-12. Let's take a look at the replays here with some beautiful overhead action. You can see the start, the battle for B. TP with some big defensive kills. Last man standing, TP got that player on B. Marky B coming in with the 2-piece. That's where TCM got off to the early lead. But in the second half of this first side, it was all Karma and the rest of Complexity, as Aches finished the round 13-7.
Yeah, and Aches picking up some nice kills here, you know, just pointing that AR, getting hyped into the booth, and that's why Complexity is going to have the momentum going into map number 2. They bring the hype, man, and that's something that, again, I was saying, TCM doesn't have a lot of.
Man, it's been fun to watch. Stro, I need to go down, check on our other stations, but Benson is going to be joining us up in the booth for Search and Destroy game number 2. He can provide some even deeper insight on this TCM squad. Been casting these boys for quite a while. It's going to be a fun series. I hope we see TCM bounce back with a lot of confidence, though, to start this S&D. They need some big plays to stop this momentum from Complexity, because right now you just see the intensity on Aches and Krim 6's faces. These guys are on fire.
Well, they're bringing that intensity because look at that stage right now, that main stage. It's the Xbox main stage here at Call of Duty Championship, and that looks so good. I mean, it's so intense for the players, and it's just going to be interesting. It's just going to be interesting to see who shows up here in this map number 2.